The displacement since early May of over 1.5 million people from the conflict areas of northwest Pakistan has caused huge suffering to those involved and strained the capacity and the resources of host communities, the national authorities and the humanitarian agencies. The United Nations says the exodus is the largest and the fastest to occur anywhere in recent years.
Ladies and gentlemen, given the magnitude of the task that lies ahead, the government of Pakistan would like to seek the support from the donor community, both for the ongoing relief efforts and for the rebuilding process.
The United Nations has warned of a long-term humanitarian crisis and called for massive aid for the displaced. Pakistani Prime Minister Yusuf Raza Gilani urged the world leaders to help his government, which does not have the resources it needs to address the crisis.
The emergency needs of the people need to be looked after straight away. That's why we call that the emergency relief phase. Then there is a certain amount of money which would have to be kept for the rehabilitation phase, because as soon as the situation becomes better within the area, and then these people will have to be asked to move back as quickly as possible so that they can continue with their normal lives.
Minister of State for Finance Hina Rabbani Kar told reporters that donors had promised $224 million, including $110 million the United States promised on Tuesday. And on Friday, the United Nations launched a formal appeal to raise what Pakistan hopes will be $500 million. With so much destruction caused by the conflict, the help to rebuild and reconstruct homes and lives is crucial.
So we owe it to them to be able to put our best foot forward, and even if we do that, and when I say we, I certainly do mean all the international agencies, the UN agencies who are sitting here, and we fully recognize the role of the UN agencies in the first stage. I think internationally it has been recognized that within the humanitarian challenge, within the humanitarian crisis, the UN agencies have demonstrated to be able to play a very, very pivotal role and to be, frankly speaking, the lead players with the government within this crisis.
As the clock continues to tick, all stakeholders, both nationally and internationally, have a Herculean task ahead. The Donors' Conference has been hailed as a success by the government, which must now deliver to those who have been at the receiving end of Pakistan's war against the Taliban. The fate of ordinary Pakistani citizens has mattered little to Washington over the years, or Pakistan's elite for that matter. The scale of death and destruction is such, however, that sympathy for the displaced has become a political necessity for both. Adil Sabir, Press TV, Islamabad.